Greetings, new viewers. That's how I imagined you saying it just now in my head. The news anchor voice. You know, like, you normally sound like a chipmunk, but new people, you gotta make a good impression. You gotta put on your fancy voice. So it is already built, so we're just gonna do a sound test and then be done. No, I'm just kidding. This was sent to me from Alex, so if you recognize it, it's the same unit that Alex built. It'll come in 4 colors, so this is the cherry blossom or pink, but there's also a sparkle black, a cardinal which is a red, and then a cobalt, which is kind of like a blue-green. Starting price is $400, and there's a Hotswap and solder version. As for plates, you have aluminum, which is the default, carbon fiber, PC, and PP. And then for extras, you can get actually a frosted PC wrist rest with it. This is a board by Bolt and Gondo. This board is top-mounted, and let's just look at it. Okay, so here we are. Compact Ergo, 1800 Compact Ergo. It does have the left-hand numpad, so Southpaw, and then it does have a knob, a rotary encoder knob that you can actually press down on. Here are your LED indicators. Here's your knob. So the arrow keys are exploded out or separated, and then you also have this little column right here. Here's a side. Oh, look at that side. Here's a top piece, but then here's the bottom piece, but there is a very strong cutout right here. Here's the back. So you have the 4 little feet. These look like they are adhesive. And then as for the screws, to put the case together, you can see the 4 on top and then the 4 on bottom. And then here is USB port, bottom case centered USB port. And then here's a front lip. 8-degree typing angle. I really like this side. So let us take this apart. Also, one thing that I want to point out is that there's no branding at all from what I see on this board. Here is the internal brass weight, and as you can see, Gondo and Bull. There's the branding. It looks like with the internal weight, it's interesting because it's only on this side and not actually under the numpad. So you do have the 3 screws. And then here you can see the top mount points. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here is the internal weight. So once again, the channel for the cable. I love this pink, by the way. Huge fan of the pink. When I heard I was getting the pink unit, I was like, oh hell yeah. Give me the pink. But looking at the top case, so once again, you can see the top mount screws. But then if you look here, what the? Little tadpoles. So you have tadpoles that have been installed. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm guessing these act as like force break, basically to reduce like the metal to metal contact. So here you can see the grooves for it. And then they also act as alignments. So here is PCB. So this is the Hotswap variation. There is a solder one, in case you guys were interested. These are white. I feel like I don't see white sockets very often. So it looks like the encoder, you do have to solder that one on. But here are your 3 indicators. Here's the bottom. So here you can see the branding again. And it does have a physical reset button. If you get the Hotswap, you will still have to solder the encoder on. You can do split backspace for this one. You could do step to regular caps. Looks like the layout for the numpad is set. But for the solder, you have more options. If this PCB doesn't work, I'm blaming my fat cat that decided to claim the box and jump in it. Anyway, sorry. But here's the PP plate. This plate is interesting because if you look at the top mount post, there's actually a cut. So it's almost like a leaf spring. Basically, if you look at this, you see that little cutout right there. And then you do have cuts along the top that separate the FROW from the rest of the keys. Another thing is that you have small cuts right here too. And then you also have cuts right here as well. And then 1 cut in the middle. So the group by plates will be thicker. Hotswap means commitment issues. What? We're being shaded right now? I didn't even see this? Hotswap means commitment issues? This seems like something Gondo said. because you didn't want to design a Hotswap PCB. No stab build? Honestly, I'd be down. Someone's like, how do I make my stabs sound good? And I was like, just don't use stabs. That's how you make them sound good. Just don't use them. I'm struggling with my stabs. And I'm like, okay, just don't use them. Why do you need them? This is so fun to type on. If you guys have never typed on top mount PP, I think it's one of the best typing experiences. I love it, personally. It feels so rewarding to type on. It's not even the top mount, because I don't like top mount for other plates, but top mount and PP is like the perfect combination. I would definitely get polypropylene for this one, but that's just my humble opinion. Let's talk about this board. Once again, Alex and Lydia have built this board, so if you guys want to hear their builds, those are both already live. Okay, so this is the compact Ergo. This is by Bowl and Gondo. So this has been extended until Monday, so if you guys are interested. You don't really see many Southpaw boards, and then you don't see many numpad Alices, so let alone a Southpaw compact Alice, right? Let's point out a few things. The first thing is that you do have these indicators right here, and there's actually something special about these that they wrote. Factory installed addressable LED indicators. So basically you can configure them if you want to. You could pick the different colors, and then you could pick what it indicated. For some, it's just like, whatever, I don't care about indicators. But for those who care about true customization, you do have the option. If you look at the FROW, it's not split in the like 4-4. Instead, it's 3-3-3-3. And then you have like 2 extra keys right here, and then you have a column right here as well. So the keys have been shifted around. And then it does use a encoder that you will be able to push up and down on. Alu plate is the default. If you want to get the different plates, they are here. And then you can get a black anodized knob. So this one we have is like a silver, the extra daughter board if you need. Numpad is set if you get Hotswap, but you can do step to regular caps and split the backspace. If you get solder, you have more options. However, one thing is that the encoders have to be soldered on for both Hotswap and solder. It's a very unique layout board. I don't think you'll see many, if any, like this. If you've been looking for a Southpaw Alice, also encoder, starts at 400 USD, Hotswap is 405. But that's the board. Thank you, Bull. Thank you, Gondo, for sending this out and letting me build it. I like this board a lot. Like I said, I'm a sucker for pink, top mount PP, and pink and Alice. I love Alice's, and I love pink.